I've got a special treat for you guys, okay? Today's activity. We're gonna read Breathtaking Design Strategy 2008 Work in Progress. This is the document that the person who redesigned the Pepsi logo in 2008 gave to the Pepsi company. And apparently it just gets continuously more unhinged. I thought it would be fun to check it out live on stream. This is my unfiltered reaction. How do we move from convention to innovation? An arrow. Oh, okay, so they've introduced the Pepsi DNA. Okay, so we're on page, like, 2, and we've already hit time travel. So the Pepsi logo is taking us into the future via the DNA. So we've time traveled to the future, and then back to the slightly less future, where we find the new logo, along the path of the DNA. I think I'm following. Alright, sure. That was section A. What's next? Section B. The origins of creative endeavors. Universal design principles and PepsiCo's brand heritage. Okay, this sounds logical enough. Oh god, what is this? What is this? This chart documents the origin and evolution of intellectual property. Okay, so in 3000 BC, we have the Vastu Sastra, the Hindu tradition of numerical harmony as spatial organizer. Pythagoras creates spatial hierarchies from musical scales. Euclid explores the mathematics and proportion of nature. And then moving on, we've got Feng Shui. All right, I've heard of Feng Shui. Descartes develops the Cartesian coordinate system. Okay. In 1858, we've got the Mobius strip. Oh, I'm a fan of the Mobius strip, actually. I'm a big fan of that one. That's one of my favorites. And then, most importantly, in 2009, Pepsi introduces Breathtaking. Sure. Oh wow, okay. I missed the part where we had visual examples of all of these things. Derived from PepsiCo's rich packaging legacy, and inspired by some of its earliest forms and proportions, Breathtaking revitalizes the essence of PepsiCo in creating an iconic shape for the brand. Oh, okay. We have layered them all on top of each other, for some reason. Tracing the Pepsi DNA. Oh, that's a lot of circles. Okay. This is kind of a fucked up logo, honestly. I'm not a big fan. Oh, and here's just the ovals. Okay, we've got some more circles. Oh, ovals, rather. Excuse me. Oh, see, this one's a bit more avant-garde. This one's 14 degrees, guys. This is a 14-degree angle. If Pepsi has DNA, we can genetically modify it. I'm going to create a version of Jurassic Park where instead of genetically modifying dinosaurs, we genetically modify Pepsi. We're still using frog DNA. They're just Pepsi frogs now. Oh, here we go. New section. Oh man, that's a whole other rabbit hole we don't have time for. I want a Dr. Peppersaurus. Actually, you know what? I've changed my stance. They're still dinosaurs. They're just Pepsi dinosaurs. What does Pepsi... I don't know the last time I had a sip of Pepsi. I'm not a big cola gal, and when I am, I don't choose Pepsi. Does that mean if you milk them, you get Pepsi products? Nox, you know you can't milk a reptile, right? Lizards don't have nipples. Milk is stored in the cloaca. Can someone ban kids? Okay, here we've got section C. Towards innovation, projecting Pepsi's future. Applying universal laws to establish a blueprint for the brand. Creation of identity precedents. Wait, I'm sorry. I need a minute. Why is the Mona Lisa here? Lisa, what are you doing here? She would have struck me as more of a Fanta gal, honestly. I didn't expect to see her here. Height and width of the Parthenon is proportional to yield a golden rectangle. I actually didn't know that about the Parthenon. That's neat. I'm just a little confused why we're looking at the Parthenon here. That's a nice photo of a shell. The golden ratio starts with a square. Okay. The Pepsi ratio... Do Pepsi products lay eggs? God, I hope not. Like you said, they're Pepsi products, so they're not lizards. If you're creating your own Pepsi dinosaur, you could in fact give them mammaries if you wanted to. Yeah, sure, let's give the Pepsi dinosaurs tits. I give up. Sure. Yeah, we can do that. Anyway, back to the Pepsi ratio. I'm losing it, chat. Fibonacci and Mona Lisa had a baby and named it Pepsi, the first dinosaur. Hell yeah. Someone get a pen and paper, we're writing the new Bible. The Pepsi Bible. Pepsi Genesis. I'm having trouble following this. I did not go to college for this. I didn't really go to college at all. I went to culinary school. The Pepsi ratio was created by two simple circles that are in a set ratio to each other, the golden ratio. The Pepsi ratio is aesthetic geometry. Yeah, okay. Sure. I'll integrate that into my belief system. Corvid is reading the sacred Pepsi scrolls. Yeah. They dug this up in like a sacred cola-scented tomb somewhere. This will change society as we know it. Oh god, what is this? I don't know what this means. They have included no captions here. It is just a bunch of, various circles, lines, angles, yeah, no, I genuinely could not tell you what they're doing here at all. Creation of identity. Dynamic forces. The Earth... What? Okay, sorry. Let me compose myself. The Earth's geodynamo. The Pepsi globe. Magnetic fields exert force on inner and outer surfaces of the Earth. Pepsi energy fields. Sure. You worn me down. I'll accept this. The Pepsi globe dynamics. Emotive forces shape the gestalt of the brand identity. An organized whole that is perceived as more than the sum of its parts. It's greater than the sum of its parts. Because of emotive forces, whatever that means. Oh my god. Oh my god, you've got to be fucking kidding me. What the hell? The new Pepsi logo reflects the hollow earth. Yeah, sure. Welcome to my new conspiracy theory, Pepsi Earth. They're trying to create a perpetual motion device powered by Pepsi. That would be less weird than whatever they're doing here. Tag yourself. I'm this guy right here. That's me. This guy scares me. His vibe is rancid. I feel like this guy is a serial killer. Is this the one they're gonna end up going with? This looks familiar. Okay, a multi-dimensionalized brand. The brand identity is dimensionalized through motion. But the Pepsi logo isn't raised on cans. I'm not gonna question it. Objective color, subjective emotion. Each color on the color wheel is associated with a subjective psychic and emotional value. Psychic? Well, okay. Creation of identity. Gravitational pull. Relativity of space-time. I'm not gonna get into whatever's down there yet. I'm not ready to process that. We're gonna start with attraction theory, the Pepsi proposition. So much like the typical light path, we have the typical shopping aisle is linear. And much like the light path is pulled by a gravitational pull of a large object, Pepsi has a gravitational pull that pulls you away from the end of the aisle, creating a version of relativity in space and time known as the Pepsi proposition / Pepsi aisle. Everyone got all that? This will be on the test, I think. The fact that this not only made sense to somebody, but made enough sense to them to write down, illustrate, and then publish is bonkers. This is your brain. This is your brain on Pepsi. You can see the Polygon guy gradually getting pulled into the gravitational pull of the Pepsi aisle orb, the Pepsorb. Creation of identity. The Pepsi universe. Alright, let's learn about the Pepsi universe, chat. Are you ready to become enlightened with me? Are you ready to exit the infinite cycle of rebirth of Pepsara and be reborn into Pepvana? He's the big Pepsi that made the Pepsi universe. How did the Pepsi universe come to be? Was there a Pepsi Big Bang? Was there a big carbonation? Is there a Pepsi God? I did mention Pepsi Genesis earlier, so maybe it was that. Okay, this is the last page, chat. This is page 27. So we are about to become fully enlightened on the Pepsi universe. I don't know that those two words mean anything next to each other. I don't know that dimensionalize exponentially means anything. I think they're just putting words together at this point. Alright, so here we've got Pepsi Planet. X equals 2 light year. So, okay, so here's another light year. It's gotten bigger. And then we have the Pepsi Galaxy. Biblically accurate Pepsi. I guess so. And then, after 8 light years, we have the Pepsi Universe. Which kind of just looks like one of those shitty ping pong ball atom models that we made in like 7th grade. But this is the Pepsi universe. And there is no conclusion. There's no commentary on any of this. This is apparently all that is needed. This research speaks for itself. I was told that this document would be a ride, but I don't think anything could have prepared me for Pepsi space-time. I'm so lost. What are they trying to communicate? I don't know. And you see, here's where I'm confused. I mean, obviously I'm confused in many places along this wild ride, but I actually still don't know what the new Pepsi logo they've decided on is. At no point have they said this is the new Pepsi logo and stuck with it. All of these are different squiggle faces. So I don't actually know what the Pepsi logo is after this 27-page document of nonsense. Pepsi logo. Okay, so they just fully abandoned this whole Pepsi universe thing. But apparently this is the one they decided on. Oh, let's see which face this was. They went with the one that has serial killer vibes. I think this might be a symptom of an undiscovered illness. Yeah. He's got Pepsi fever. Yeah, so that's breathtaking Pepsi. I hope you enjoyed that. Because I have never had more questions about anything in my life.